एरंडुल्ला तेरंडुल्ला पळसाचा गिसळे पळसाचा पळसाचा गिसळे पळसाचा सातेरी मायेचा देऊळ बांधला कळसाचा गिसळे कळसाचा कळसाचा गिसळे कळसाचा.
Spread across the interior lands of India's smallest state, Goa, lie a group of groves with the rarest trees and medicinal herbs and plants. The people living in the surrounding areas of these groves, which they called rais, protect these predominantly public spaces, not only because of environmental factors, but because they believe their sacred deities to reside in them. Our objective was to study the three different management systems which are used to protect them. We explored the traditional style of management by the surrounding communities, those managed by the Forest Department and the community together, as well as the grove declared as a heritage site. Our study was supplemented by our interactions with the communities at every junction. Our first step was to look at the history and mythos of the sacred groves.
यहाँ की कहानी ऐसी है कि यहाँ पे 3 ब्रदर्स आए थे, वो घूमते घूमते यहाँ पे आ गए। यहाँ पे आने के बाद उनको इतना अच्छा ठंडा पीस लगा, यहाँ पे कोई ना आ जाए और ये डिस्ट्रॉय ना हो जाए। और इन एंशियन क्या होता था कि भगवान को सारे डरते थे, यानी भगवान का एक नाम लिया और कोई पत्थर रखा, डिस्ट्रॉय होने का चांसेस बहुत कम रहता था। ऐसे 15 स्टोन्स यहाँ पे उन लोगों ने लेके आए थे, उसमें से 5 स्टोन यहाँ पे है और इनको आजोबा बोलते हैं।
ब्राह्मणी मायने जो नाग वगैरह होता है ना, नाग उसकी वो देवता है, वही देवता है। तो उस जंगल में वो बहुत घूमते हैं, किसी को लेकिन कुछ तकलीफ नहीं करते ऐसे, यानी वो देवता ही ऐसी है कि सबको संभालती है।
We discovered story upon story as we visited different groves. The figures in these stories take on larger than life forms for the people.
हमारे जो पहले जो पूर्वज थे ना, उन्होंने हमारे आगे के मेरी सासू माँ है ना, वो भी बोल रही थी ऐसा पहला हुआ था,
क्योंकि वो परंपरा है और वो परंपरा चलती आ रही है।
मेरे ग्रैंडफादर फादर इस सब लोग ने बोली हुई,
जो उसने बोला हम सुनेंगे, उसके बाद हमारे बच्चे को हम बोलेंगे, हमारे बच्चे अपने बच्चे को बोलेंगे, ऐसा करके सर्कुलेशन चालू रहेगा ना।
Such long-standing traditions stemming from the mythology surrounding the groves have been passed down from generation to generation. The people of Sattari strongly believe in them and continue to practice these rituals even today. To further our understanding of the manner in which these traditions stem from the groves, we asked the communities about these sacred spaces.
किसी को भी राय के बारे में कुछ पता है? हाँ, अच्छा।
आपको क्या मालूम है जंगल का में?
जंगल का मतलब ऐसा है, ये भी मतलब ये राय है ना, ये भगवान का मतलब मंदिर का है ना, उसके इसके अंडर में आता है।
वो राय के बारे में पता है आपको?
राय इतने म्हणतात ते आमका तीच खबर नाही। हां राय, हां उधर है नहीं ना, पता नहीं
ये राय के बारे में। राय काय आहे?
राय हीच नव्हते दिसता झाडांचे, त्याला राय म्हणतात, त्याच्या मूर्ती गावाच्या गावाची.
Several people know about the groves, while many do not. However, all of them have been a central part of several ceremonies and festivals associated to them. The rituals and practices associated with these groves form a vital link between the forest and the people. These are what incentivize them to protect the groves, and the gods they believe are a part of it in spirit and form. What we discovered here was that the belief systems of the people served a dual purpose, that of making the communities protect the groves and that of strengthening ties within the community. The unwavering faith of the people in their religion assures that they get together to adhere to these practices. Women at the local temple come together to cook in a large kitchen, laughing and praying to the gods as they hear the temple bells echoing through the halls. Children run through the streams in the groves where people meet every day when they come to fill their drinking water. The purpose that these colorful stories and dense mythologies serve by propagating such traditions is that of community building. While the groves have always needed the people, it is undeniable that the people need the groves too, not just for the medicinal uses it offers to them, but for the way in which it assures them a life of continued companionship and togetherness within their community. The belief system of the people protect the groves despite the threats they face, and at the same time binds the community together. But certain aspects of the very same belief system that positively affects the people of Sattari also creates divisions among them.
वहाँ राय पे ना वो महिलाओं के लिए प्रवेश नहीं है। क्यों नहीं है? वो पहले से ही ऐसा है।
जो लेडीज होती है, जो पीरियड्स आते हैं, तब वो पीरियड्स आने के बाद यहाँ पे नहीं आते थे, क्योंकि वो उनका पॉल्यूटेड पीरियड्स रहता है।
तो ये एरिया जो है ये नेचुरली बहुत स्पिरिचुअल है। क्यों अभी टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ गई तो लोगों को लगता है कि यार लेडीज़ अभी क्या बोलते हैं उसको, मेल और फीमेल में क्या फ़र्क है, लेकिन नेचुरली भगवान को मानते हैं तो वो उन्होंने बनाया हुआ रूल हमको मानना पड़ता है।
These women that we met were forbidden from even entering their own sacred spaces. The spaces that they worship, the spaces that they perform rituals for, that they wish to protect with all their hearts, are the very spaces they are forbidden from entering. Despite this, their religious beliefs and connection to their community inspire them to worship the gods of the groves anyway. They calmly accept their position, dress up for festivities, and teach their children about the groves. The belief system that binds the people of the grove together works as a tool to sustain long-standing practices, pushing for the people to protect their environment in some cases and maintaining the tradition of discriminating against groups of people in others.
यहाँ पे अभी हर कोई व्यक्ति भगवान ने बनाया हुआ स्पेशलिटी के बारे में, चार्य होंगे, बाद में गावड़ा समाज होंगे, बहुत से इधर नेचुरली बहुत से समाज के लोग हैं जो उनको काम जो सौंपा गया है वही अपने अभी भी भगवान को चढ़ाओ उनके हाथ से ही आता है।
ये 5 या 4 मूर्ति यहाँ पे मिलेंगे, और महारिंगन करके यहाँ पे एक मूर्ति है। महारिंगन यानी महार, जो महार जाति का रहता है, उनको डायरेक्टली एंट्री नहीं थी तो उनको बाहर रखा जाता था, उसके लिए उनकी मूर्ति यहाँ पे बाहर आपको मिलेगी।
During our project, we were unable to speak to anyone from any of the Dalit communities mentioned. We were unable to find someone from these castes to interview. Caste-based discrimination has led not only to prejudice against a group of people, but the separation of the very space that people can walk in, can exist in. The casteist system that India operates in assures the erasure of Dalit identities and the rigid preservation of Brahminical ones, which is reflected through the Sanskritization of their traditional gods. Tradition expertly maintains this rigidity of social order, pushing certain people to the fringes of what is considered normal and strengthening the bonds of the community simultaneously. It is traditions that lie at the core of the entirety of the sacred groves of Sattari. Traditions enforce protection of the groves against the challenges it faces through stories of the religious deities residing in them. Traditions propagate prejudice amongst people, and traditions forge connections amongst the people all the same. The only questions left to ask are, what traditions benefit what communities, and what traditions are worth preserving?